It is such a pleasure to welcome all of you to the GTI Summit here in Shanghai 2024. We have long had the strong support of many organizations. I like to always mention the strong support from GSMA and the strong support, of course, from China Mobile. Both organizations have been incredibly helpful to our organization since 2011. I want to start today a little different, and I hope you'll indulge me to make a personal comment or two. It was back in 2011 that I had the privilege to become chair of this organization. At that time, we had 4 founding members. Today, we have close to 400. We are one of the largest, outside of GSMA, we are one of the largest organizations within our industry. And that has come from a lot of hard work. I was asked to chair this organization because I had a slightly unusual background. I had been the CEO of a mobile phone company here in Asia. I had been the chairman of GSMA for 7 years. And it was a combination that was necessary because I was also the senior director of Bharti Airtel in India at the time. And the 4 founding members, China Mobile, Bharti Airtel, SoftBank, and Vodafone, were very focused on trying to solve a problem. And it was the introduction of 4G, and it was the introduction of TDD technology with FDD. So GTI was born out of the concept of putting these 2 standards together. 5 years later, mission was accomplished. We called that GTI 1.0. We moved on to GTI 2.0, and where we are today, 3.0, which is going to be the focus of today's summit. But it's during those 13 years that I've had the great pleasure and privilege, as I said, to help organize all these efforts. We've had 12 summits. We probably had 25 summits when you include Barcelona and here in Asia. We've spoken in front of more than 10,000 people during that period. So our impact has been big in numbers. Our impact has been big in influencing commercial issues as well as standards and technical issues. But all good things must come to an end. So I will step down as chair of GTI after 13 years, early next year in Barcelona. So I wanted to just take this opportunity to thank all of you who have been so supportive of both me, the team that's behind GTI, as well as the entire organization. You have all been incredibly important to making GTI so prominent in our industry. So for me, it's a thank you to you. Today's summit, as you've seen, is GTI 3.0's focus. It's 5G advanced and AI. We're privileged to have a number of policy leaders here today, a number of operators, and senior leadership of the vendors. We are, again, most appreciative of all of them coming. Whenever we start the summit, whether it's in Barcelona or whether it is here in Shanghai, we always like to get a very senior government official to give us an overview of what is happening in their area. We are honored that Mr. Zhao Jiguo, who is one of the most senior people within MIIT, to share his views on what is happening here in China. And if he is here, it's hard to see, I would welcome him to the stage now. Mr. Zhao. Let me also mention that Mr. Zhao and I had the pleasure of talking about tea today. So I learned that he's not only an expert on technology, but he's an expert on tea. So welcome.